Hip hop has always been a powerful force, and when you're a powerful force, there's always another force that's always trying to stop you. It's like Isaac Newton's third law, but it's in beats and RICO charges. Recently, a picture surfaced of some of hip hop's most controversial bloggers and interviewers. It's the illustrious booster club of culture vultures, the same culture vultures that Dame Dash has been warning us about for years. He was like a prophet wearing a Rockaware hoodie back in the day. And what do they all have in common? They all stay being accused of being the police. I honestly think they are, but some think that they're not. But this isn't new. This constant struggle between hip hop and law enforcement didn't start with them. They just figured out a way to monetize it the best. And because of that, hip hop has always had a self-snitching problem. And it's only have gotten worse throughout the years through the social media and the internet. So today we're here to break down on how we got to this point and how can we change and just what's the overall climate with this self-snitching culture in hip hop. Remember, this is Ish from Just Say Anything, where we just don't say anything. Y'all stay tuned in. Chamillionaire tried to warn us back in '07 when he made the hip hop police song, but nobody was listening. People heard him on Riding Dirty talk about, certain lyrics too, but they just thought, I guess it was a catchy hook. But nah, he was telling hip hop culture and just the world that the feds are really watching what y'all doing, for real. They've been on hip hop since the early days, but things have been going on overdrive since the 90s due to the East Coast, West Coast beef. The NYPD had an actual unit dedicated to hip hop, the Rap Intelligence Unit. Yeah, that's a real thing. These cops weren't just out here stopping real crime. They were basically hip hop A&Rs keeping tabs on rappers like they were looking for new unsigned hype. They were showing up at concerts, and anytime something popped off, they were always there. They already had suspects lined up. Fast forward to today, and they don't even have to have a dedicated task force. Why? Because rappers volunteer all the information themselves. We all seen it before, where a rapper will beef with another rapper, and then they'll say everything that they're going to do online. They're probably sitting back, the police force probably sitting back with popcorn, just, watching this as a show, just like everyone else. They're making the job way too easy. Yes, self-snitching. The modern day version of writing your own confession letter, but making it rhyme over a Metro Booming beat. Social media turned the streets into a reality show, and some of these rappers can't wait to show off for the gram. Everyone knows Tekashi 6ix9ine by now, but if you don't know, he was the king of self-snitching. The man documented everything. If you were in his crew and you didn't know that you were being recorded, that's really on you. His entire online presence was basically a prosecutor's PowerPoint presentation. And when the RICO charges hit, he folded faster than a $5 lawn chair. It's pretty sad. There's countless other rappers who folded as well too. Due to their own self-snitching and just building up evidence for themselves. You even have rappers like FBG Duck, and allegedly his killers tracked him through social media. And this is something that happens a lot as well too, is rappers snitch on themselves as far as their ops concerned, and their ops can find them and harm them or do things based off of their locations, show them where they are. Things like that could be avoided. These are tragic things, but sometimes if you move in that light or the darkness, let's say, then you should be able to move accordingly and not be the one that flex. It's like a double-edged sword. It's like they have to flex, but if they don't flex, people don't engage with them. But if they do flex, they can actually harm themselves. You even have people like Pop Smoke. They're saying that off of this picture, people got information. It's alleged for all these things, but you see how there's a correlation between flexing and unaliving some of these rappers and artists. The wildest part is it's all rewarded. The internet thrives off controversy, we all know that. But the more wild people act, the more clicks you get, and rappers don't just flex with money anymore, they flex with criminal activity. And the fans eat it up like a new reality show. So we went from MTV Cribs to the feds watching live, and it's very disgusting. But hold on, wait. We can't just blame the rappers. The media plays a big role in this too. And let's talk about the infamous trio. DJ Vlad, the Grand Master or Grand Wizard of incriminating questions. Every interview is like a police interrogation, but with better lighting. He always be like, so when you were trapping in 2007, how many kilos were you moving? Bro, what? Vlad got more rappers locked up than an unpaid child support case. It's ridiculous. And then you have Trap Lord Ross, the British detective who digs into rappers' lives like he's writing a doctoral thesis on street crime. Doctoral. And then you have Trap Lord Ross, the British detective who digs into rappers' lives like he's writing a doctoral thesis on a street crime. And if you got one tweet from 2013 talking about hitting a lick or riding on an op, best believe he's going to find it, frame it, and turn it into a 4-hour documentary. I don't know how he do it. He's well researched, I give him that, but it is very police-like for sure. And then you have DJ Akademiks or Livingstone. This dude is the dude who treat rappers like they're NPCs in Grand Theft Auto. His Warren Chirac YouTube days, I mean, he made real life street beef seem like it was like a entertainment, like esports or something, or Grand Theft Auto. I mean, even now, when he's reporting on rap news, it's all about Instagram drama and for clicks. He's even telling people, slide for Vaughn, slide for these ops, slide for this person, retaliate, just antagonizing and promoting for them to basically throw away their lives and kill other black people. And that's something that those three have in common is I know that they don't care about black lives like that. They can say that they do, but they really don't. The way that they move, they don't, for sure. These guys don't make music, but they sure do profit off of the chaos. They amplify the worst part of hip-hop, giving law enforcement even more reason to watch. And let's not forget about Whack 100, or in the streets they call him Four Finger Whack. I don't know where that came from. Y'all look it up, it's alleged. The self-proclaimed industry insider who spends half of his life on Clubhouse gossiping like a high school girl on a three-way call. This man probably in bed, laying on his stomach, feet kicked up, spreading more rumors than a shade room intern. He got the energy of someone who's running like a beauty shop, but instead, he's online fueling beefs like it's a full-time job. And let's be honest, he always trying to run a fade with someone, but the only fade we ever saw was when he was in the parking lot with those random white dudes in the fast food parking lot. And I mean, his hands wasn't looking too proper. He got off a little bit, but the way he be talking is like he golden gloves out here, and I ain't buying it. But let's be fair, not every interviewer is a culture vulture in hip hop. I mean, there are people in the industry who's been there for years who actually respect hip hop. You have Nardwar out here knowing people's childhood secrets, doing very great journalism and research. You have Big Boy who keeps it light and fun and keeps it real as well too. You even have Shannon Sharp who jumped in with Club Shay Shay, bringing out the OG Unk energy to every interview. And there's a lot of established YouTubers like The Company Man, Fantano, Thought Crimes, Curtis King, and even some new emerging hip-hop commentators like Deleted, Jalopy Bungus, Read My Soul, and many more. But then you got the whole other category, the weirdos who critique hip-hop and gang culture all day, but secretly want in on some of that same subgenre that they claim to be so above, or they don't like, or they condemn. I mean, the moment they get a little money, they start moving and acting like the same degenerate rappers that they criticize and say that they're doing it for parody or for fun. You got lame Akademiks. He clowned the street rappers for years, but the second he got a bag, he turned into Little AK, dropping corny diss tracks and viral songs or trying to be viral songs. Like, he was trying to headline a Smack DVD in 2005. I mean, bruh, you went from blogging to battling imaginary ops over YouTube beats. What are you really doing? Then you have Adam 22. He critiques hip-hop and hip-hop violence and the street culture, but at the same time, he just likes to make fun, put his nose into the politics of the streets or gang politics. I mean, he try to talk about rappers, but then he drops a freestyle cipher the next day. I mean, bro, just pick a lane, to be honest with you. As soon as the heat comes on, we've seen it too many times where he puts his nose into street business, and when something happens, he'd be like, "Hey, I'm just the guy who's just here. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's anything. What is happening? I'm just so innocent." It's like, bro, we can see through it. Just pick a lane and just stay there. But this flip-flopping thing as well too. Just can't get down with it. And we have an honorable mention, Charleston White, the walking contradiction. One day, he's denouncing gang culture, say how much he hates them, how much that these people are, bad for the community, and he's calling out rappers for being bad influences, and he talks a good game and says all these great things. Then the next day, he's in a strip club, tossing singles, dressing like a city trans mannequin. I mean, you can't condemn gangster rap and then simultaneously cosplay as a bootleg Birdman or whatever you're trying to be. I mean, make it make sense. At the end of the day, all these guys have a weird relationship with hip-hop and the black community. They critique it, they claim to hate it, but deep down they want in. Without exploiting the subgenre, none of them will have a career. The sad part is, nobody really wins in this situation. Rappers chase clout by showing off crimes, and they end up in jail or unalived. The media profits off the genre, but when things get real, they distance themselves and say, "Hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I didn't do anything with that. I didn't ask those questions. Just cop and please." The police, they don't even need to do real investigations anymore. They can just watch Instagram lives and stories and YouTube videos, listen to rap lyrics, and let's be real, most of the people pushing this don't actually care about hip hop. They just care about views and clicks. And yes, a lot of people care about views and clicks, but you have to stand for something or have some type of integrity. Don't lie to me and say that you care, but then you really don't care. Bro, we can see through this. All y'all culture vultures, everybody in that picture is someone who are police to me. They do way too much, and when things get hot, they all hide their hands, and they all want to be part of hip-hop. There are people who honestly will never probably be accepted, and this is why they have that resentment, and they really want to make fun of these people, and they actually resent, but they actually want to be a part of what these people have going on. Because why would they want to cosplay and, be rappers on the, and make fun of them or just be so invested? There's some interest that you have into this culture, but then you say that you don't like it as well too. And then you say, "Oh, but they post this stuff themselves." But it's like you're putting it and you're making it and feeding the actual problem. I mean, they all have this in common, and it's just sickening at this point. But I mean, I think there's a shift going on in the culture, and they see it, so I think they wanted to just say, let's team up, because eventually they're not gonna have people to exploit anymore, and they're gonna have to either shift programming or shift their content. They're gonna have to shift their content in a more positive light, because with Kendrick and Drake beef that happened, it kind of put a line in the sand to say, are you on the good side per se or the bad side? Or are you with the drama, or are you with the truth, or where do you actually lie? And the media has to pick a side as well too. They seem to pick their side. They're on the dark side. They're on the side of, we want to promote violence. We want to get clicks and views. We don't care if these black men or these people go to jail, if we line things up for the police. And sometimes I think that the police don't even know some of this information. I promise you they don't know all this information. They ain't that tapped in. But if they want to watch one Trap Lord Ross video or one DJ Akademiks video, then they can automatically know what's going on. They put it there for them. They make it easy for them. Compilation videos, all that. This is just something that's just been going on for a long time, but I don't think that their stay in hip-hop is going to be too long. I don't give it too long, because hip-hop itself is shifting in general, and that's why they're fighting so much for Drake. People like Akademiks, they're fighting for the people who want to keep that degenerate culture or keep that just stupidity in hip-hop, and don't want it to be intellectual, because they know if they had to actually talk about something positive, then none of them would be there, to be honest with you. And they probably will never admit that themselves, that they actually need people to act dumb or to self-snitch in order for them to even be around or them to even serve a purpose. Like I said before, hip-hop is a powerful force, but right now is getting played. At some point we gotta ask ourselves, is this what we want hip hop to be? A genre that literally snitching on itself for engagement? Because if we keep things going on this path, we won't have to wonder where our favorite artists anymore. They'll be all behind bars, and DJ Vlad will probably be the first one to interview them there. Alright, so that's my video for today. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about self-snitching in hip-hop. Do you think that people like Vlad, Trap Lil Ross, Akademiks, Whack 100, all those people serve a purpose in hip-hop? Do you think they just leeches? Do you think that they just culture vultures? Do you think rappers just snitch on themselves? So it's like anything is fair game as far as content. Do you have to have any integrity? Do you have to stand on something? Do you have to have any morals? I mean, y'all let me know how y'all feel. I'll let y'all know how I feel on this video. So y'all keep it real. Y'all hold it down. Remember, this is from Just Say Anything, where we just don't say anything. I'll see you on the next video.
Just say anything. Like, share, and subscribe.
You're not just saying that?
I never just say anything.